Alright boys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Here I am back with my F-150, my single cab Whipple F-150, and from the title of the video, you know I am changing the exhaust. Here I have the old exhaust, and AWE actually sent out their brand new single cab exhaust because they had some, but it was for the crew cab. So AWE, and this one actually comes out to the back. So instead of the one I have right here, comes out to the back right here. So yeah, it's gonna change up the look. I also opted in for the black tip. They do have chrome tip, so you can get chrome or black. I opted in for black, obviously because the truck is all blacked out. Also on the AWE, the way they designed it, it basically has no drone, and also has a really good exhaust note, which I'll show you guys after installing the exhaust. So first things first, we're gonna go take off this exhaust to install the new one. Alright, we got the truck in here. So first things first, we gotta jack this thing up. Whenever I do exhaust, I just jack it up from the front, lift it up, and I jack up from the left side. So let's do it. So after jacking up the truck, obviously make sure you put some stands on it. So I got two right there. And then after that, since I don't have the stock exhaust, I have a other one. It is two 13s. So take these off, then it goes over to over this bar. We don't have to take it off. And then I think it's just that hanger right there, and then that hanger, and then boom, it comes out. And then this other one will go all the way back there. So, yep. And make sure this thing is cooled down because it is hot, even though it was already off for a while. Turn it off to move it in here, and it's already fucking piping hot. So, all right. So let's get this exhaust open, and because I haven't even seen it yet. Oh shit. Alright, brand new piping. Oh yeah. Let's get this out. Oh god. Oh, this is gonna make a big mess. Alright, so here is pretty much the whole exhaust. I'm assuming the tips are in here. Probably the bolts too. Yeah, but look at those welds, dude. It looks clean. Alright, so let's start installing it. Alright, so here are the black tips. So again, you can get black or polished tips. I got black, obviously, because my truck is blacked out completely. So, whew. God damn, these look good. Put those back in there. Got the, I think instructions and sticker. Put that on. And I'm assuming the hardware and stuff in here. Yep. All the stuff. There we go. Alright, to make it as simple for you guys to understand, I'm going to go over the parts. So basically have it assembled on the ground, how it will go for the truck. So, connecting to the headers is G81. So G81. Okay, it's the one with the flange. So obviously that one goes into the header. Then the one with the resonator, or muffler, whatever you want to call it, goes into that one, which is C15. And then that one connects to this one over here, C16, which has the bend coming out to the, not the tips, but the thing that the tips sit on. So this one is C17, and then last tips go on. It's just to make it as simple as possible. So obviously this one is first, second, third, fourth, and then the tips are last. So it's only 5 parts. It's pretty simple exhaust. It's fairly easy to install, so let's get to it. Alright guys, and on this one, you want to make sure to put the flange, whatever the fuck you want to call it, right over this one. So whenever the one has holes of it, like here, this goes over it like that. So you'll leave it like this, install it, and when you're going to tighten it up, make sure this is nice and over it like that, and then tighten it up. So that, see, like in this case, you wouldn't put the clamp on top of this one, you would put it on top of this one. So you would look for your clamp, and go over this one like that. And then whenever you install it, put it on over this and then tighten the bolt. Simple as that. So not over this one. over this one, like that. And here, the clamp would go over onto this one, because this one has the like rivets in it. So you guys know. All right, what's up? It's future me. I actually lost all the footage on the installation, like the actual installation. So I kind of have to just kind of go over real quick how I installed it. It's really simple. It's literally like 3 main pieces and the tips. That's 2 pieces each one, but whatever. But like I said, it was really simple. But of course I lost the footage. There's a header, that one piece that just sticks out. Then you have the stock hanger with the big piece. And it goes up to that one that bends all the way to the back. Hanger there, hanger down there, or up there technically. And you know, you get the clamps there. It was really simple. I mean, it literally took like 20 minutes to do. And then back here, you have another hanger up there. And it comes down here. Then you have 2 tips, you can adjust them. And here is the final product. It looks super clean. Of course I got it in black tips. But of course I lost the footage somehow. I don't know what happened, but well, anyway, so you can see the exhaust in there where it goes over and it comes back down here. Fairly simple. Alright, so here is the final look. Dual tip. It kind of sits exactly like the stock exhaust, except dual tip now. So this thing looks super nice. I really like how it sits. Plus the dual tips. Plus the tips are really, really big. Compared to my last exhaust, those tips are really big. They look really good. And for you guys who don't know, I have Velocity catless headers. They were catted, but I took out the cats. So catless headers, and then that exhaust, which has that muffler in there. That really is going to help out with no drone. So let's do a cold start. Also, this thing is whippled, so it tends to be a little louder whenever it's supercharged. At least what I've heard. I don't know. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not true. But, yep, cold start. Plus, cold start on these things are always super loud no matter what. It doesn't matter what exhaust you have. So, let's do a cold start. As you guys can hear, the cold start sounds really loud, but like amazing. It sounds so good. Not too loud. And then now since it's, you know, not doing the cold start, it is amazing. It is not too loud. Not only that, usually the sound is a little amplified because we're indoors, but it sounds so good. Holy. All right, let me pull this thing out so see what it sounds like outside. All right, coming out here, it sounds so good. Oh my God, before it was so loud. Oh man. It sounds so good. I always like the exhaust to come out to the back. Plus all blacked out, dude, this thing sounds sick. Alright, so let's go get some sound clips and maybe some drive-bys of this thing. Alright, finally concluding this video. I just want to give some final thoughts after having the exhaust for about 2 weeks now. So I am recording this a little late. A lot of these clips in the beginning were when I first got it. So after actually living with it for 2 weeks now, it's been it's been phenomenal. I love the exhaust. AWE really, you know, went all out on it. So again, I'm whippled, headers, catless. You know what I mean? This thing is still pretty loud, but it honestly has a really, really good tone, a really deep tone. And it's not so raspy like most Coyote exhaust systems are. And then on the highway, there's absolutely no drone, which is like pretty crazy for a catless supercharged F-150. But, you know, I think it, and then fitment was honestly so easy. Like I installed this exhaust in about 25 minutes, 30 minutes. It honestly fitted, like there was no issues fitting it in. Like a lot of times the clamps and like fitting it on the pre-made things, like it's all funky, whatever, but I mean this was so easy. And then of course it reuses your factory hangers, so I mean nothing to it. Obviously it's personal preference, but personally I actually like behind the tire more than in front of the tire. Something about in front of the tire just doesn't look, I mean I had that for a while, so it's just what I went. Plus everyone goes with it, that's why I went with it. But there was just too much cabin noise, so, and you know I wanted to change up the look, so going behind the tire honestly looks so good. And then of course black tip, my whole truck's blacked out, but you can go chrome, it doesn't really matter, personal preference. But honestly AWE really came in clutch with this exhaust. Obviously hearing all the sound clips, this thing sounds so fucking good. Like definitely sounds one of the best. And of course you could also get, or I think AWE does sell a crew cab version, so the dual cab version, since it has to be a little bit longer or shorter, I'm not sure how that works. But yeah, they just came out with a single cab version, that's why I'm one of the first people. I don't think any other people have really put up videos on the single cab AWE, at least I've seen. So I'm one of the first ones. So I honestly think it's definitely worth the money. So that basically concludes this review. I mean, honestly, I think I touched base with anything. I mean, with everything to anything. But if you guys have any other, you know, suggestions, maybe you want more clips of the outside. I didn't get that many clips on the outside. The problem is I've kind of been making a lot of ruckus in my neighborhood, even though I live in the middle of nowhere. And honestly, it's been pretty bad. They've been calling like the cops. Well, I think they've been calling the cops because a lot more cops have been sitting, or at least driving past on my road. And you know, I live in the middle of nowhere, so for a cop to be in the middle of nowhere, obviously it's because someone, which is probably me. I don't know, I live by a bunch of old people, so it's whatever. I didn't really want to do too many clips. Yeah, I mean AWE really nailed it with it. I mean, it's honestly the best exhaust behind the tire there is on the market, in my opinion. So I mean, that basically concludes the review. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in another video. Peace.